Should I do live action before a video? Nah, that'd be stupid. I was driving down Broadway in my Raven, towards what would be the Cumberland Gap, for no particular reason, except maybe for the joy of driving. I drove past the exit to Mountain Town, another dream I'll get to later, and through Union County. I passed Car City, and then, in the distance, I saw Fountain Town. I parked along its long, empty streets. It was clear that something had happened to the small town, as most of its prized shops were closed, temporarily, and some puddles still remained from a recent flood. I couldn't help but notice the dark undertones as I looked around at all these bright and cheerful buildings. In the center of the town was a pond with a small dock for small boats like kayaks and canoes, although its structural integrity was now in question. I decided that I would just walk down one of the side streets. In the beginning, all the shops had businesses in them. Whether they were closed or not was up to question, but you couldn't doubt that every single one of them had been recently opened. But the further I went in, it seemed as though there were less and less. This wasn't the only change as a little ways more, I noticed that the sidewalks on either side of the street had merged, and the open-air design had taken on more of a hallway design. As I continued even further, the cheery open street had become a gray, low-hanging mallway. The further down I went, the darker it got, as eventually there were so few functional lights that the only light was coming from the sparse open shops. It was then that I reached the end, so that old store's saturated yellow light was my only source of light. This store's only purpose seemed to be to service those who had made the long journey to the end. But after I purchased myself some spicy Cheetos, I noticed that this mallway didn't come to an end, but rather a shabby wall had been constructed. I peeled away a single board and looked inside. After looking around for a time, I put the board back and returned to Raven and left. Jay wins. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit more artsy than most of my other videos. By artsy I mean it was just kind of like displaying the scenery around it. The purpose of this video is just kind of to show you this cool place that my mind came up with. But anyways, I do hope that you all enjoyed it, and remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. God bless all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Good. Also, big thanks to Mike from Explaining It for helping me with this video. He's really cool, and his link is in the description. It's an adventure.